Tomorrow is the presidential debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Expect not just a lot of lying from Joe Biden, but frankly, an embarrassment, mainly because the hosts of that event, Jake Tapper and Dana Bash, are radical members of the Marxian Jewish left. They're going to destroy Trump. That's what they're going to try to do. People have been counseling Trump to be calm, to not react. Now, sure, it's good to be calm, but he has to react because these people, frankly, are Marxists. That's what they are. They're in the mold of Karl Marx, and they want to destroy Trump. Now, but I also want people to recognize that this debate is not be all and end all. And I don't endorse any candidate. I don't do that as head of Freedom Watch. You can probably guess who I'll vote for in this instance. But I want people also to remember that there's no such thing as a political messiah. Regardless of who wins, the American people need to rise up and protect their own interests, which are being destroyed today with rampant crime, with terrorist drug traffickers and others coming across the border, not to mention fentanyl, with regard to the destruction of Judeo-Christian values in our schools and elsewhere, with regard to international relations, we're on the verge of a potential nuclear holocaust. Now, I don't want to be pessimistic because I think the American people can rise up and we should rise up, but we have no time to waste. And we just can't rock back and do as all these cable news networks are doing, whether it's Fox, MSNBC, or CNN, or any other networks, and just be entertained. They're all promoting this 24/7. They know it's going to boost ratings. To them, it's just a show. But for us, it's dough, meaning it really matters. And don't forget that we have a Third Continental Congress. We need to form a new government and not a new nation. This government is broken. Both Democrats and Republicans have compromised the rights of the American people. By and large, the great majority are there for themselves in Congress, the executive branch, and frankly, the federal judiciary. The country has completely gone under. We don't have people of any character that are left to speak of. A few, you can find them every now and then, but certainly not on the federal level. On the state level, you find more, whether it's judges or public officials or others, because they're closer to the people. As Jefferson said with regard to federal judges, unaccountable to the people, no more honest than any other man. He would have said woman if that had applied in those days, and he certainly would have done so today because now you have a lot of female judges, which is good as well. He said that we would have despots and tyrants, causing us to shed the patriots and tyrants' blood every 20 years or so in a new rebellion. Now, he didn't want to see that, and neither do I, but he was predicting what was going to happen. And right now, we're at the verge of a potential violent revolution. We at Freedom Watch are trying to head that off by peacefully and legally bringing about a return to the rule of law and respect for people everywhere, regardless of your race, color, creed, or sex, or whatever the case may be. So that's my message for today. Watch the debates, take it in, vote for who you think is best, but we do need a new government and not a new nation. We need to remove the immunity away from federal government officials and other officials. We need to fine-tune the Constitution in a lot of other respects. The founding fathers were enlightened by God, but they weren't God. They made some mistakes. And we need people that stand in the stead for us, not for themselves, not stuffing money into their pockets like the money changers of the temple in ancient biblical days. That's what we've got today. So remember that and join us at freedomwatchusa.org. We are your real Justice Department. Contribute with tax-deductible contributions. We need more lawyers. We need more paralegals. We need more office space. We need to file more cases. And watch what we do in the next few days. We've got some new cases coming down the line with regard to Biden's illegal amnesty for illegal aliens, and also with regard to these judges who cooked the books, cooked the rule of law to convict President Donald Trump. And whether you like him or not, the fact is, this was a mockery of a travesty of a mockery of two travesties of a sham, as Woody Allen would say. I'm going to ask my assistant to post the video, as we frequently do, of Bananas, the courtroom scene, because frankly, we're a little better than that parody. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. Thank you for listening to me.
Fielding Mellish, the president of San Marcos, goes on trial tomorrow for fraud, inciting to riot, conspiracy to overthrow the government, and using the word thighs in mixed company.
Please rise. Court is now in session. Judge Seymour Watson presiding. The People versus Fielding Mellish.
I object, Your Honor. This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries, of a sham. I move for a mistrial. Do you realize there's not a single homosexual on that jury?
Yes, there is.
Oh, really? Which one? Is it the big guy at the end?
Call the first witness.
And you remember Fielding Mellish?
He's got a record. He was always being picked up at one demonstration or another. He's a bad apple, a commie, a New York Jewish intellectual communist crackpot. I mean, I don't want to cast no aspersions.
Your witness.
Officer Dowd, have you ever had sexual relations with a girl with really big breasts?
Yes, sir, I did.
Mm-hmm. And how did you find it?
Very erotic.
I was just checking.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Name?
J. Edgar Hoover,
Occupation?
head of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
You tell the court why you're dressed like this.
I have many enemies, and I rarely go out unless I'm in disguise.
Mr. Hoover, in your opinion, is Fielding Mellish a threat to the security of the United States?
Enough to have his phone tapped.
Hello? Hello, who is this? Who is this? Hello, who is this? Can you hold on 1 second? Walter, it's for you!
All right! I did it! I did it! I'm guilty! But I couldn't take it anymore. She kept tormenting me, edging me on, making a fool of me!
Isn't this Epstein versus Epstein? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I've known Fielding Mellish for years, and he's a warm, wonderful human being.
Would the clerk read that statement back, please?
I've known Fielding Mellish for years, and he is a rotten, conniving, dishonest little rat.
Okay, I just want to make sure you were getting it.
You're out of order.
Name?
Sharon Craig,
And you are?
Miss America.
Oh mio bambino caro, mi piace bello, bello, vuoi andare in Porta Rossa a camperà l'anello, sì, sì, ci voglio andare, e se l'ama se
Tell the court why you think he is a traitor to this country.
I think Mr. Mellish is a traitor to this country because his views are different from the views of the president and others of his kind. Differences of opinion should be tolerated, but not when they're too different. Then he becomes a subversive mother.
Call Fielding Mellish.
Mr. Mellish, what is your nationality? Well, you might say I have two nationalities. Are you being coy? Well, I am an American citizen and also the president of San Marcos. I would not joke with this court if I were you. Wouldn't you, or couldn't you?
That's enough.
Does the code name Sapphire mean anything to you? I swear to God. You swear to God, and yet you have no compunction about teaching evolution. Where were you on the night of June 23rd?
If you cannot resist disrupting the court, I order the marshal to bind and gag you.
And so you followed Fielding Mellish and overheard him make treasonous remarks about this country.
I did.
Your witness.
Yes, I did. No. I don't remember. No. Don't put words in my mouth. Yes. Yes, it's true. I lied.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will retire for your verdict.